Today I'm answering a question from an experienced artist, Susan. We get a lot of beginner artists taking our free Find Your Joy taster course, but we also get a lot of very experienced artists. And you might wonder, why would experienced painters want to take something that's all about loosening up and gaining confidence and learning to have fun with your paints? And Susan's question explains exactly why that is. So let me tell you what she says. Susan says she's been a full-time painter for 40 years, but she's hit a wall. She says, I feel like the old work was better, but I can't go back. I'm settling for muddled work at the moment, and I really want to see something powerful and new. After all this time of being a painter, I'm starting to feel like a has-been. I have the skill to maneuver the paint, but freeing myself to a new approach is so difficult. I love this question because I get it often. I see this happening often. I've experienced it happening to me. So what's happening, Susan, is yes, you gained mastery of a certain type of painting. You don't say what it was you were doing, but whatever it was, you became very good at it. You knew how to get the effects and impacts that you wanted. And at some point, because you were so good at it, you've lost interest. And as you say, you can't go back. Even though you know you were making so-called better work then, you can't go back to that. You are an artist, which means you're always going to be curious and you're always going to be moving forward. But sometimes what happens is when we get to that point of being accomplished and expert at what we're doing, and then we want to push into something new, we can imagine that we'll enter the new thing at the same level. So I was expert here and I'm going to be expert here. Let's say I was expert abstract painter. Now I want to do representational work. I'll be that good. But what actually happens is you're that good at abstract, but you're this good at representation because this isn't what you know how to do. You can flip it round if it's the other way. And I think it's really important to embrace that feeling of what you describe as feeling muddled. Embrace it. Remember how it feels to start learning new things and the excitement that comes when you get something right. And that can all be yours again now because it was boring to be as good as you were at what you were doing. That's why you want something different. So now you are a beginner again. It doesn't mean you're a has-been. It just means you're not yet good at what you want to be good at. You learned how to get good at that other thing, but think how long it took you. And now you're there again, you're a beginner again. You're going to start learning again. And I love working with artists in this phase because you can have an entire new lease of life. Even after 40 years of full-time artwork, you can have an entire new lease of life. But you want that powerful, bold result. And I think part of what's stopping you getting that is the desire for it. So you know from your own experience that if you step back, if you stop thinking about the result, if you relax into it, if you start letting yourself learn, experiment with materials and tools, play with ideas, you will start to get better. All the things you've learned about composition and color and texture and tone and line and all of that still is going to apply in whatever kind of new art you want to do. So you are going to go faster than a beginner. You're going to shoot up back to that level much faster than someone who doesn't have any of that knowledge. But you do still have to go through the muddled period. And I would like you to see if you could reframe muddled into exciting, because it's exciting not to know where we're going. So I hope that helps, Susan. If it helps, I think I'll be going into that phase this year because there's some things I want to do that I don't actually know how to do. And I'm preparing myself for that phase where I am like an amateur again. I can't do this. But I just want to reassure you, you are not a has-been. You are just going through a cycle. Now, you've kept doing the same thing, or you've kept doing something where you felt very accomplished by the sounds of it for 40 years. But for some of us, and I count myself amongst that, I'm constantly going back trying something new. So I'm constantly in that dip where I'm making muddled, ineffective painting. So I'm a bit more used to it than you. But because I'm a bit more used to it than you, I can tell you I know what's going to happen for you. So if you just relax into it, Don't worry about when you're going to see the powerful, exciting new stuff. Just know you are. And then explore and play and do the stuff you need to do to get there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you do, Susan. And in May, when we do the free taster course, I hope we can help. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye.